we need to continue to support these entrepreneurs. We need to continue to support them to expand, to create jobs, because they are the biggest job providers. Access to finance, that remains the biggest challenge. We're going to work towards being the best at whatever you do. How do I be the best at making these shoes? How do I ensure that my shoes is being spoken about in and outside of Nigeria?
Correct.
You need to research that.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Career Series powered by MTN. My name is Adewumi Aduaka. Joining me on today's episode is Mrs. Omolara Adewumi. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome Mrs. Omolara Adewumi. Yay! I'm clapping for you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here today.
All right. You look nice. You look amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, I think my first question for you today is, how do you see entrepreneurship playing a role on tackling unemployment?
Okay. So, entrepreneurship plays a vital and a crucial role in tackling unemployment. Why do we say that? Because the government cannot create all the jobs, right? And it's a known fact that entrepreneurship actually accounts for 70% of the jobs created in Nigeria, in any economy or outside, locally and globally. So the point is that we need to also continue to ensure that we are supporting entrepreneurs to create businesses, expand their businesses. Then that will lead to creation of job creation and obviously economic development. So, which is part of what we do at Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. It's very vital, especially in a country where we have like over a population of over 200 million and another, which 70% or 60% of them are youth population, and we have a significant unemployment, double-digit unemployment rate in Nigeria. So we need to continue to support these entrepreneurs. We need entrepreneurs. We need, they're called micro, small, medium enterprises. And we need to continue to support them to expand, to create jobs, because they are the biggest job providers in Nigeria.
Now, a lot of entrepreneurs face a lot of challenges. Now, what do you think these challenges are, and how, do we how do we tackle these challenges that, a lot of entrepreneurs face?
Oh, wow, that's interesting. There's a whole long list of challenges entrepreneurs face. And 2023 has been a very interesting year, I must say so. But like I already said to you, access to finance, if you actually call 10 businesses into the room today and say, what's your biggest challenge?
That's their major
Everybody will shout out access to finance. But there's several other challenges that we should not trivialize. One of it is policy, unstable policy in Nigeria. This year alone, or in the past 2 years, we've had all sorts of policies. The Naira redesign, the removal of subsidy, in fact, FX, instability of our FX. Then we also have multiple taxation. Now, multiple taxation is also a massive challenge for businesses. We're in a country where, you're running your business and you can have someone come into your business today and say, you've not paid your radio tax, you've not paid your TV tax. Then there are just all sorts of taxes that businesses are, they're paying. They don't even know which one they should pay. They don't even understand the taxes that as the business.
I don't think they even have, basic education on, all of those things.
Yes, and which is why a lot of funds like LSTTF, and several other initiatives are now doing several programs on masterclasses. We had one on taxation.
Oh, fantastic.
The director of informal sector at LIRS to come. And he was really, really educative, because a lot of people don't even know what they're supposed to be paying. And multiple taxation is actually, like, I was at a program just few weeks ago, actually, the Faith Foundation program, the policy dialogue, and it broke my heart. I had two businesses saying they're shutting down today. As of this year, because of the issues they felt, the challenges, especially around multiple taxation and funding. And for us, or for me, that runs that, my agency is to tackle unemployment. All I could think about in my head was when the lady was saying that currently her job, I think she said she's an employer of maybe 15 or 12. So that's 12 people out of jobs. So multiple taxation is also one of it. Access to markets is also a problem.
True.
A lot of people don't have access to markets. access to infrastructure, the power as well. So the list goes on, and again, when you say what are we, or what is like agencies like LSETF and several other non-profit organizations, or even the government is doing, is we're coming up with several initiatives like programs to provide funding. A lot of people, which I think also another problem, access to information. So personally, I think there's several. I am aware. Let me just say, I am aware that there's several programs around funding, access to finance. Some of them also, so it's not only LSETF that does single digit loans. There's several programs out there as well that, they provide loans to affordable loans to businesses. But a lot of people are not hearing about these loans. So again, maybe mentoring or networking events is another thing we can come up with. We can bring entrepreneurs into the place. We can bring, investors into the room. We can bring agency, government, commercial banks all into the room, and so people know exactly what is going on. Access to information. Then multiple taxation. Well, I'm sure you're aware that there was a committee that was set up, that was set up by our president, and I like this committee. I like it because a lot of them are from private sector. So I'm waiting and eagerly to see what they bring to the table, will be and what they bring to the table. Access to market. A lot of people are working in all the spaces and trying to provide. Again, like LCCI just finished their trade fair. We sponsored about 20 businesses to have their stands, and a lot of them get to network and meet or have other opportunities. And we're constantly, providing that kind of access to businesses. So a lot of these challenges are there, but what I would say is that nothing can be fixed in a day. We have to continue to work towards and collaborate.
Now, talking about funding, a lot of entrepreneurs, they really just want to have access to these funds that we're talking about. You've mentioned loans and all of that. Now, how prepared should they be? Because a lot of people don't even have the knowledge. They don't even know the processes of obtaining these funds or like applying for loans and all of that. And then aside loans, because I know a lot of young people, when they hear loans, they're always so scared. So aside loans, are there, other avenues that these people can access funds?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So yes, for LSETF, right, first of all, our platform states, or we have a criteria listed out on our platforms. However, you've made a valid point around when you said that a lot of them don't even know, they're not investment ready. We're not an investment firm, company, but we actually we have loans and we have grants. So another way, we also do have grants. But I would speak to loans first. At LSETF, the maximum we can give is 5 billion. And we give from nano, micro, micro enterprise startup, and small, medium enterprises. All of these loans and their criteria is on our platform, right? But what I do understand, and I see where you're coming from, which is why when I'm talking in other places or I'm speaking to challenges, which I also didn't get the opportunity to mention, capacity development is also a big,
I agree.
Challenge as well. And that's why we need to continue to have all sorts of trainings, right? Because I would say, for one, like when I joined the fund, I remember that I would go out of my way to just, because I'm big on supporting women in businesses as well. And I always wanted to make sure that we're supporting as much women as we're supporting men. And today we have a lot more women coming for a lot of our initiatives, actually. So I would go out of my way to look at their loan application. I would see what they've reported as their turnover. I would see what they've reported as their profit. And then I would look at their bank statement. A lot of them don't even know how to report that. And for a fund like LSETF, where our application is automated from start to finish. Okay. So yes, we still get to look at your document, but what you put in, right, will give you a score.
And that will determine
if you go to the next stage. So if not that we're looking at some of this, we're looking at the numbers and we're like, why was this person why didn't this person score this particular number? Then we have to go out of our way to now look at it again and then realize that they did not even report their numbers well. So a lot of businesses, financial literacy still remains a big problem, right? And I think that there's several free programs. LSETF, all our trainings are free. And not only LSETF, there are other organizations that run free training, skills development. In fact, we have businesses that come to talk to us, inventory, digital marketing, all of this. I think as a business, personally, I would say that as a business, I think you should also be willing to research.
Yeah,
right?
and be on the lookout for programs like that to
Self-development
be educated.
is very, very critical. You hear some people say, I've been somewhere where I was talking on a panel and someone said that I don't have time to do I don't have time to research. And I had to respond that you cannot say you don't have time. Whatever
be a
you
business
do, you have to continue to try and continue to work towards being the best at whatever you do. Even if you're making shoes.
The world is evolving.
How do I be the best at making these shoes? How do I ensure that my shoes is being spoken about in and outside of Nigeria?
Correct.
You need to research that. So that's one of the things I said. You need to research. All of this is on the internet. All this, and we all know our strengths and weaknesses.
True.
So if as a person, you know that, okay, well, maybe there's a reason why I've been rejected. Why am I constantly being rejected? What am I not doing right? You need to ask questions. You need to reach out to the program. You need to know, okay, so I've applied this the third time. I'm not getting feedback. What am I not doing right? Then also go through all these trainings. Surely there's something that you might be missing. How can I train myself? She was just mentioning about, somebody pitch day and presentation. That is also a skill. How do I, business models, presentation. A lot of times people will give their business model for someone else to prepare for them.
Yeah, true.
So when you come for a pitch day,
they look lost.
They look lost because, someone has done it for you and you didn't even take time out. And there's nothing,
at least go through it.
There's nothing wrong with getting assistance, okay? I don't think, nobody's an island. You can work with people, but sit there, be involved, be curious, know how they did it. How can I do? So next time, you don't need this person.
So, because what if that person is not available?
And what if the person is not available? So I think it's also curiosity. There are loads of initiatives. There are loads of programs out there now, especially for capacity development. I think a lot of businesses and entrepreneurs should also look into that. And most importantly, there are also programs coming up now around investment readiness. Like I said, LSCTF, the maximum we can give is 5 million. We can give a business is 5 billion. And I understand that a lot of our beneficiaries are now passing that stage of 5 million.
But it's a good start.
It's a good start. But a lot of them have gotten access to that. They want more. So yes, for you to now be going to that something higher, maybe you're looking for like investors, or maybe. So how do you prepare yourself for that as well? It's all about how you can tap into all this training. The investment readiness programs, get on them. Accelerator programs, get into that. Apply, try. If you don't get in the first time, keep trying.
Now the creative sector is such a big thing right now. It is entertainment, art, you name it, right? Now, how do we enhance, funding for people in the creative sector right now?
Oh, wow. Like you said, the creative sector, for the past how many years right now, I feel like the creative sector has actually put Nigeria on the map
globally.
It has. It's so impressive. You be driving and entering stores abroad and you're hearing Nigerians saying, where am I again?
We're doing this, we're doing that.
So we're doing so much. And for me personally, I'm very excited about this sector. I know that the last time I was reading the data around the sector, I understand that the creative sector actually currently accounts for 4.2 million jobs. And that for me is big. And it's projected that by 2025, it's going to be a $15 billion industry. So it's definitely the government, I'm sure, in fact, I am aware, I think for Lagos State, this my state where I have jurisdiction, I know that Mr. Governor is very passionate about the creative sector.
He is. We see it.
You see it in a lot of work he's doing. And, we need to also ensure, because funding will always be a major thing as well for creative sector, access to finance when you speak to them as well. And I would say that, it's about time for me. First of all, I would say, because it's a capital intensive sector as well, especially when you're looking at, hospitality, or you're looking at movies,
right? For example.
So how can we also provide the access to finance? One of the which I would say for me is tax incentives. And I'm saying tax incentives because I am sure that not only are we seeing the benefit of the creative sector in Nigeria, the world is also saying it. Globally, everybody can see what is going on in the creative sector in this country. And investors abroad are also foreign investors are interested. So how can the government provide that incentives to investors? Because when they have that incentives, trust me, you're going to attract a lot more investors to come and support this sector, right? And also government grants and government subsidies. How can government provide grants and subsidies for these sectors? And how can the sector itself, or a state and as a country, with hospitality, with tourism alone, with tourism you can do a lot more around hospitality, because when you have like festivals or carnivals going on in the country, then you're going to have your hotels booked. You see, and a lot, again, as much as we're saying that there's potential in this sector, let's not forget that this sector suffered the most during COVID. In COVID, the creative sector, especially around tourism, hospitality, suffered the most. So I believe that one of the major areas right now when you're talking and when a lot of people are speaking about these creative sectors is how can we also support hospitality or tourism? How can we make Nigeria? How can we put Nigeria on the map? When I'm looking at places to visit in Africa, when am I going to start seeing Nigeria top 5?
Yeah, what happened to our zoos? What happened to all of those things?
I have no, I can remember Ibadan Zoo. I don't know how. I used to go and see
that
one lion. Maybe the lion died.
I see all the images and I'm like,
but then a lot of like Obudu, there's Obudu ranches. A lot of that castle in like Kaduna or Kano.
The waterfalls as well.
That's what happens. That's how you attract funding and you create jobs. If you think about all the results, when you think about countries like, I don't want to talk about abroad, let's focus on Africa.
Yeah.
So when you think about Nairobi, when you think about what they've been able to do with Kenya, like people didn't even know of Kigali before. It's, nobody was talking
people
about Kigali. People
travel there now. They go on vacations there now.
So like, for me, when I'm talking about this thing, for me, it's always about job creation.
Yeah.
If we can put these things in place, right, build our culture. Nigeria has such a rich culture.
Oh, we do.
We would help that tourism, that hospitality sector. What can we do together to support this industry? How can we infuse this creative into everything we do and continue to support the industry? And then, maybe creative hubs as well. I really believe in the creative sector. I'm so proud to be Nigerian. So proud. I'm telling you, I've been in the funniest places. And not even, again, I personally make conscious effort to be a Nigerian. So I'm big in supporting entrepreneurs. So when I go to places or speak somewhere, like my dress is Nigerian designer, everything I wear. And I love when people come up to me and say, oh, where did you buy that from? Who is this? We're just so creative.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Omolara, for sharing. I'm sure that a lot of us that are watching have tapped into your knowledge and we've learned a lot from this segment. Now, that's it for us on this particular segment. We're going to take a quick break. And when we're back, it's time for Mogul Monikers. Welcome to the Mogul Monikers segment. Mr. Omolara, are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, let me walk you through it so it's easier for you. Now, in this segment, I'll get to describe famous entrepreneurs without dropping their names. So it's your job to give me their names correctly.
Okay.
So are you ready?
I'm ready.
You have 10 seconds to guess their names correctly.
Let's do this.
Okay, so pick a number from 1 to 10.
1.
1, okay, the solid number. Okay. Now, this innovator is often called the father of modern physics and formulated the theory of relativity. Who is this influential figure?
Einstein, I think.
The full name.
Albert Einstein?
Yes, correct.
No, that's because my son just read the book. That's what I remember. Like, I just said, you know what? You need to start reading about people that made great things.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Pick another number from 1 to 10.
6.
6. So this is an iconic figure in the world of animation and entertainment. This innovator co-founded a company that revolutionized the film industry. Who is this creative genius?
So, animated. You said animated?
Yes.
Is it
animation and entertainment together?
Walt Disney?
Yes! Oh my God! See you shaking. No, you thought you wouldn't get them correctly, but then you did.
Don't give me one more. I think I'm now scared of it.
No. It's not hard. It's not difficult. So another number from 1 to 10.
Should I go for 10? 10? So 1, 6, 10. Let's do 10.
Okay, let's see
Is
if you
that
get
difficult?
this one.
Should I change it?
You have a chance now. You have a chance.
Okay. What number? Lucky number. Okay, 4th. My birthday is 4th of January, so let's do this.
Number 4. You're gonna get this one.
I hope so.
You will. Described as Africa's most successful woman, rated as one of the 25 most powerful women in global television by The Hollywood Reporter.
Is it Mo Abudu?
Yes, I told you you're gonna get it.
Okay. I don't.
Well
I don't
done.
remember where I'm from, but that's great. Okay.
Yes, well done. You got all answers correctly.
Okay.
Well done. In this segment, I'm going to show you 3 photos and they all relate to one word. So you're going to give me that word.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the first one. You have 10 seconds. Your time starts now.
Is this black?
Yes.
Woman?
Yes, woman.
Ngozi Okojo.
Voila. Yes, that's it. Oh my God. I think you are so scared.
No, I'm just thinking like, I don't know. But just because
That was correct. That was correct.
Give me another one. Let me see.
She's ready.
Headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dollars, $4,000. I mean, he puts that by his name. Okay.
Yes.
Petrol.
Mm-hmm.
Femi Otedola. Nigerian.
Correct.
I
Nice
hope I
one.
get the last one.
Nice one. This one is simple. No, I can't give you this one.
Why now? Let me get. Why
I can't give you this
I
one.
want to get everything.
Okay.
Wait,
let me give you this one.
Let me try.
I'm sure you even get this one, sir, but let me see if you get it.
God, oh.
Yes,
I
good.
did my son.
That's what I wanted.
This is what I did my son.
can't
So
give
this
you.
is a
You can't
football-
get everything correctly.
Number 7.
You can't get everything
Number 7.
correctly.
Is this a Nigerian footballer?
No.
Number 7. God, I'm so bad. To think that
Football,
I have a son that loves
7.
football. Who's number 7? Okay,
Not Nigerian.
not Nigerian. Is it
Your time is.
Ronaldo?
Oh my God, you got it correctly. Yes.
I don't want to say Messi first, but guys, you know what?
Correctly. You got every single question
But
correctly.
I'm glad I got that one for my son. Because
Yes,
football,
I'm sure he'll be
although
proud
he's
of you.
obsessed with Mbappe, he doesn't care for Ronaldo. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm sure that a lot of us are watching have learned a lot from
I
you
really
today.
hope so. I really hope
Me,
so.
self, I'm an entrepreneur, so I know I learned a lot.
I'm so glad. I'm so passionate about entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I love to
Yeah.
give back as much as I can. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you
it's
so
been
much for
a
joining
really,
us.
really good day. I enjoyed myself. I had so much fun. Thank you.
I do. Thank you so much.
And thank you to MTN.
Yes.
Thank you. And have a great day.
All right. On to today's trivia question. In 2007, Apple launched a groundbreaking device that combines an iPhone, an iPod, and an internet communicator. What is the name of this device? Get the answer correctly and you'll be going home with an exciting prize, courtesy MTN. We have come to the end of yet another exciting episode of the Career Series powered by MTN. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at MTN Nigeria and follow us on all our social media platforms at MTN NG. I'm your host, Adeze Adwaka. Until next time, do have a lovely day. Bye-bye.